Chelsea's League Cup winners from 2015, where are they now? It is only 4 years since Chelsea last played and won a League Cup final, but a lot has changed in that time. We look at where those players are now. Chelsea will target a 6th League Cup when taking on holders Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday, live on Sky Sports. February 24, 2019, 3:30 p.m. live on. The final offers Maurizio Sarri a first chance of silverware at the club, with Chelsea looking to win the domestic competition for the first time since they beat Spurs 2-0 in 2015. Jose Mourinho was in charge as Chelsea lifted the League Cup before going on to win the Premier League that year, but that proved to be his final full season in charge at Stamford Bridge. Few need reminding of Mourinho's next step, a 2-year reign at Manchester United which ended last December, but what of Chelsea's players that started the 2015 Cup win over Spurs? We take a look. Selected in goal ahead of Thibaut Courtois, Cech was only forced to make 2 saves as a wasteful Tottenham totaled 11 shots off target. Cech then ended his 11-year spell at Chelsea when moving to Arsenal in the summer. The 36-year-old lost his starting place to Bernd Leno after picking up an injury in October, and the Czech is set to retire at the end of the season. Ivanovic was a Chelsea regular for the best part of 7 seasons, while the 2015 League Cup was one of 10 trophies the Serbian lifted during his 9 years at the club. He moved to Zenit in 2016, and still features prominently for the Russian club, who narrowly top the Premier League by 1 point after 17 games. Cahill is one of only 4 players from the 2015 starting lineup that is still at Chelsea, but the 33-year-old has been starved of opportunities under Maurizio Sarri. Having played just 21 minutes of Premier League football all season, Cahill was linked with a move to Fulham in January, and looks a certainty to move on in the summer when his contract expires. Chelsea's most successful captain won everything on offer in a trophy-laden career under owner Roman Abramovich. The defender sent Chelsea on their way with the opening goal against Spurs, in what was Terry's 3rd League Cup victory overall. After leaving Chelsea, Terry went on to play one final season at Aston Villa in 2017-18, and is now assistant manager at the club under Dean Smith. Azpilicueta has been an integral member of Chelsea's first team since joining in 2012, with the League Cup one of 5 trophies the Spaniard has won at the club. Despite Sarri confirming Cahill as club captain earlier this season, Azpilicueta has worn the armband, having played every minute of their Premier League campaign so far. Then Chelsea manager Mourinho operated a 4-3-3 for the 2015 final, with Zoma starting in defensive midfield despite having featured fleetingly in the Premier League, and he managed to record the assist for Terry's opener. Zoma eventually forced his way into the starting 11 on a regular basis, but a cruciate injury set the Frenchman back in 2015-16. And in 2017 he was loaned to Stoke for the season before joining Everton on loan for the current campaign. Like Zoma, Ramirez was in and out of the Chelsea side in 2014-15, but played all 90 minutes of the final at Wembley. Ramirez then moved to Jiangsu in January 2016 for £25 million, a Chinese record at the time. But the midfielder did not feature for the club in the 2018 league campaign after reportedly pushing for a move to Inter Milan. The 2014-15 campaign was Fabregas' first after moving from Barcelona, and he featured heavily as the club won the league and cup double. In the League Cup final, Fabregas picked out Costa, whose shot took a huge deflection off Kyle Walker for the second goal. Fabregas remained a regular under Mourinho and forced his way into Antonio Conte's plans for 2017-18, but after failing to impress Sarri, the Spaniard joined Monaco in January, initially teaming up with former teammate Thierry Henry, who was later sacked by the Ligue 1 club after a disappointing run of results. Willian was Mourinho's first-choice right-winger in 2014-15. And it was his free kick which eventually fell kindly for Terry to hand Chelsea the lead over Spurs. The 30-year-old was publicly vocal about his disapproval of following manager Conte, but under Sarri he has started 20 Premier League games, and Chelsea fought off the advances of Barcelona in January after the Spanish club renewed their interest in the Brazilian. Hazard won all the individual accolades in 2014-15 as Chelsea won the double, and put in a typically dominant display in the final against Spurs. The Belgian playmaker remains Chelsea's key player, but the 28-year-old continues to be linked with a summer move to Real Madrid as he ponders where his future lies. Costa proved his worth at Chelsea immediately after moving from Atletico Madrid in the summer of 2014. He was the club's top scorer that season, with his 20 goals helping them win the Premier League, but he was denied a League Cup final goal after his strike went down as a Walker own goal. The striker produced similar results as Chelsea won the league once more in 2017, but after a very public bust-up with Conte, he was excluded from the first team before eventually rejoining Atletico in January 2018. Juan Cuadrado, Oscar and Didier Drogba all came off the bench in the 2-0 win over Spurs. Cuadrado has since moved to Juventus, Oscar to Shanghai SIPC, while Drogba retired from football at the end of 2018, ending his glittering career in defeat as Phoenix Rising lost to Louisville City in the USL Cup final. Predict 6 correct scores for your chance to win £250,000.